Hello everybody, welcome to it. It is the Munich MASH 2022 and we are about to get going with the BMX Final Women. Look at that view right there. Is that not the best thing ever? The sun is shining, we got fluffy white clouds in the sky. There's the TV tower at Munich's Olympiapark. The weather is absolutely fantastic. 24 degrees, a little bit of wind, a bit of humidity, but that's okay. The people are enjoying the day out for this BMX Women's Final. My name is Troy Mannering, and I am pleased to have one of the master blasters from the world of bikes in the house next to me, none other than Ryan Meyer. Nice to have you back in the box.
Hey, Troy, thanks for welcoming me. It's been a while. Everyone's been going through some things for the last years, but we're back at it finally. Super excited to be back here in Munich at Olympiapark. I think the 7th year running of the Munich MASH, and we're on top of the water again for the BMX.
Yeah, and this is a fantastic ramp built by IOU Ramps. Schutze and his crew have always done a great job, and here we take a look at the format. Now we have 5 riders, 3 runs, best run counts. Yeah?
Exactly, and so you see here it's going to be 3 runs. As we only have 5 riders, we've decided that we're going to give everyone an extra run here. It's going to be scored out of 100, and then we're going to make our way down, and it's going to be best run counts. So keep your eyes out here. A lot of the women are doing some incredible tricks, but as you see there on the course, it is very much a ramp rider's forte. Not many street obstacles on course. A lot of ramp control is going to take over, so that's something to watch out. It looks basically like a mini ramp contest. We're sharing the park as well with the skate over here, so you see a little sub-box channel gap. This is also some of the first times I'm getting a look at the contest course. It just kind of rolled in sight here. But yeah, it's extremely nice weather. Yesterday we had a lot of rain, so happy to see that everything's dried out and the athletes are roaring to go out here for Munich MASH.
All right, and we're going to have a rider's eye view of the park in just a sec. Let's take a look at our VT of the course preview of this beautiful ramp here in Munich.
Hello, we are here in Munich MASH 2022. I'm Lara.
I'm Lennox, and that's the course preview.
Ready? She's starting on the main quarter, going over the spine, regular air on the other side of the ramp, over the spine again, J-tap. Okay, Lennox droppt ein, Transfer, Oppo Air, normalen Air, schöne Höhe auf jeden Fall. Über die Spine rüber, to 6-series spine, bar spin air.
A lot of options like you mentioned. Let's take a quick look to our judges. Bart de Jong, Marcus Wilke, and Axel Jurgens are our judges here. There they are, dropped in the box up above us, about 3.5 stories up. There's Marcus Wilke far in. Used to ride one of his bikes way back in the day. He is the owner of Freedom BMX, and of course Marcus gonna be able to give you the full lowdown, and naturally Bart de Jong and Axel Jurgens, both of these guys have years and years and years of experience behind the bars, so that's a good judging group.
Yeah, so all of them have been, some of the top judges actually, but let's take a look here at the top 5 women. So we have Kin Lehmüller, who qualified 5th, coming in 4th yesterday was Queen Soraya Vegas, and then who also has her twin sisters out there on the BMX, riding as well for the Bundesrates, so for German's cycling federation actually, and she's about ready to drop. It's her hometown actually out here. Let's see if the crowd gets behind her. Going for a nice 360 over the spine. Cameraman having some difficulty catching up with her. 180 sprocket stall, 1-foot can on the quarter pipe there, and an X up going into the higher side of the mini ramp. So as you can see here, it is predominantly a mini ramp contest. Little tie grab over the spine. It's really going to be favoring those riders who are able to have those lip tricks.
Up on the Magic Eye wall ride, sprocket stall there, foot plant. We should also mention these guys have 45 seconds out there on the course, so it is a timed run. Puts a little bit of pressure on them to be able to perform during that time frame.
Yes, and we have 3 runs out here for the women, so 45 seconds. It doesn't seem so quick, but it makes sure that you're able to go and get a bunch of your tricks banged together and that they're in the perfect order so that you have an opportunity to get up into the podium position. I believe we're paying out to 4th place out here today, €15,000 divided between men and women for BMX, evenly split. So super happy to see everyone coming out here, world-class athletes, all doing it again in 2022. We're super happy to welcome action sports back to the world and showcase a bunch of contests out here. Kim Müller getting a 65 even. She's going to be sitting in 1st place, but let's see how long that can hold as we move forward to one of Colombia's top athletes, Queen Saray. So Queen Saray also has her twin sister riding for Red Bull, Lizuri, coming from Colombia, and they're out here on a European tour. 19 years young. Drop it in, let's see what she has. She has some nice height and amplitude, huge invert on that big wall, bar spin over the spine. You can just see the comfort coming out of the Colombian.
She's got plenty of power as well. She's got great amplitude on a couple of these airs.
X up both ways into a bar spin, tons of bike control as you see here. 180 disaster. So getting some nice air, controlled speed, and utilizing all of the course, showing that she can get inverts on both of those walls.
Hasn't gone to the other side. Oh, I spoke too soon. She's moved over now.
It's coming out. Get a nice tire tap on top of the box.
A lot of flow in that run, not a lot of difficulty in my opinion, Ryan. I don't know how you feel about that. She had some nice tricks, good style in there. Particularly, she had one beautiful tabletop that I love tabletops. They're one of my favorite tricks, you know? There it is. Fantastic.
So Queen Saray has a real big bag of tricks. She's able to do tail whips, 360s, and all of the big adamant tricks to be able to keep up in that top running. So let's see what she has coming forward. Maybe this was more of a safety run for her, I would say, just get some points out. Of course, all the riders know that they have 3 runs, so it's possible that they just step it up coming through. Let's see how the points go. She's awarded a 69.66, so that's definitely going to put her in front of Kim. But let's see if it can hold off against her sister and Teresa and Laura Lessman.
Teresa Fernandez Miranda will be up next, riding out of Spain.
Yes, Teresa, one of the top Spanish hopefuls.
Also one of the oldest competitors out there at 28 years old, coming from San Sebastian.
I believe it was her 25th birthday, actually, yesterday.
Oh. They're throwing 3 different numbers at us here. 27 on one sheet, 28 on the subtitles there.
I do believe she actually just celebrated her 25th birthday yesterday.
No, I don't want to make her too old too soon.
So 25, still one of the oldest competitors in action sports, is becoming a more dominant young profession out here. 180 stall, just putting a foot down. The judges will be docking for mistakes like that, but coming over, keeping her momentum into the vert ramp. It's very hard. The riders have to pump through this. It's very exerting, so 45 seconds may seem very short for us at home, but it's a hard hit workout for a lot of the athletes. Showing that she can ride ramp both ways, executing nice style and bike control. That's going to do it for Teresa Fernandez Miranda's first run. Quite nice to celebrate your birthday out here with all of your competitors.
Yeah. Hopefully she gets a nice birthday present out of there. Nice can right there.
Yeah, big extension with that foot you see. The judges will really reward her on that. And getting a nice grab on the seat for that toboggan. Big tabletop. You see it's quite tight for our cameramen also to be able to stand on the water. If you haven't noticed, yes, it is built a pontoon onto the water with this course sitting on top. We're out here live in Munich at Olympic Stadium. We'll be going the whole entire weekend long, so if you guys are out here, wow, yeah, 69.66.
So Lazurli Villegas coming up next. going to be riding against her twin sister in this one. I'm sure this happens quite often between these two.
Yeah.
No love lost on the ramps, but it's family at home, yeah? Here we go.
But quite amazing to see Lizardi qualifying in second place here.
360 over the spine, sorry.
Yeah, nice tail whip. She's really going for it out of the gate. That was the biggest tricks that we've seen out there today. And a big tail whip air again, not just over the spine, into a bar spin here. Really showing that she has game on the mini ramp.
She's looking really relaxed as well.
Yes, and has some of the highest amplitude and speed that we've seen going so far, really showcasing why she was able to get that second place qualifying position. Big 1 foot can over the spine, has so much bike control on the transitions. You see that she's able to keep that momentum. Also one of the few brakeless riders that we see out here from the women. Holding it together, Lizardi Vegas.
That was a nice run, got a lot of momentum through that run. Nice and smooth, kept the flow going, had a bunch of good tricks in there as well. Let's take a look back.
Wow, starting off with that 360 dumped on the spine. Beautiful to see that nose dipped on the rotation into that tail whip. And then still getting the momentum so that she, a couple there, she was looking to go for a bar spin, looked like, but then setting up, I believe, into this tail whip here. Beautiful control. Has a lot of tricks that you see she's going to be able to improve on the third run. There she gets that bar spin. But definitely this is going to be the highest scoring run out of the riders we've seen.
Oh yeah, there you go, 82.
82 even puts her into first place right now. Lizardi Vegas. One rider left, and it's going to be none other than Lara Lessman, who's been able to dominate in so many contests out there in the past. She's finished at third place, Simple Sessions, second at the European Championships. And yeah, Lara Lessman, hometown of Berlin, not too far away, also riding for Red Bull, one of the top athletes, as you see, going with a very difficult trick, that turn down into the X up and 1 foot can, coming back over the spine, showcasing some big diversity. Tire tap, perfectly executed. And going back the opposite way, showing that she's able to do both left and right. Coming to get some speed up on top of the deck. Let's see where she goes. X up, really utilizing all of the course. The judges are gonna like to see that and reward her well. Yeah, there's a bit of diversity. 1 foot can coming into the drop-in. We haven't seen any of the women do that today. Tire tap on course, and that's going to be it for Lara Lessman. Not some of the highest difficulty tricks that we've seen out there from, for instance, Lizardi, who's sitting in first place, but Lara had a lot of course diversity, showcasing a different way of thinking to execute her tricks on the course, and that's something that the judges will reward her for. So as we had taken a look at the judges' execution on how they're going to be scoring these athletes, that's a position where Lara is going to diversify herself amongst some of the other athletes, where she doesn't maybe get the large points for the difficulty of the tricks, but she gets the high points for the utilization of the course. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the judges weigh her up against Lizardi, for instance, who is sitting in first place right now. So waiting for the judges to do their tally. We're going to also re-rack and be having Kim start off with her first run, her second run again. You see there, Lara is getting put into third place with a 69.33. That's interesting to see. So starting up a little rivalry. Lizardi is in. Here you go, Lizardi.
Tie for third and fourth there.
Yeah, and as you said, it is a tie for
third. Excuse me, second and third. Yeah.
So, rolling up back to the top, Kim-Lee Mueller is going to be starting again for her second run. Unless I believe they're re-racking. I don't think they're going to re-rack.
No, I don't think they're going to re-rack. They're just going to keep them in the same order. And it's just about trying to get the score you possibly can. We'll take a look at some of the highlights. There's that one tricky you were talking about. She went up onto the curve box and went over the gap, and that was one of those creative things that you were mentioning the judges are going to like to see with the can-can drop in.
Yeah, so she was just getting up on the small sub box there in that channel gap. But yeah, giving a little diversity, exactly. Seemed to not reward her too high. Let's take a look back at Lizuri here, who is our first place after run number 1. She seemed to have some of the highest amplitude and the best bike control I could amount to out from the first runs, having some big tricks, getting a lot of the top stuff out of the way, really showcasing why she deserves to be there. And then Lizuri also, pardon me, she's sitting in first place. That was her sister, Queen Soleil, who's now also sitting in second place. But both the Colombian sisters doing incredibly well out here. Both of them have high amplitude and high trick difficulty. So
seemed to me like Lizuri came out with a vengeance on that first run. And you know, we often talk about, yeah, let's put a safety run in, let's get a score down. But in this case, it seemed like, oh, she wanted to have some points on the board and then maybe give herself a little bit of time in the next 2 runs to really have some, let's call it build-up. And we go back to Kim Lea Müller, who will drop in for her second run of 3.
Yeah. So Kim Lea Müller running for German Cycling Federation. Getting a lot of support out there from the Bundesliga. Showing some nice speed. 1 foot can into the seat grab. Coming back, a nice alley-oop right there. Bar spin on top of the deck. See her going over the spine with the tie grab. Kim Lea Müller. This is her hometown crowd, so I know she has a lot of friends out there in the audience cheering her on. As we said, it's 3-run format, so the riders get to have a big difference in the way they decide to tackle a course, and we saw that actually with Kim on this run. She was really hitting some different obstacles and switching her lineup. That's something the judges will take into consideration. Let's see if it gets her any more points breaking through here. I think she put a foot down in the first run on that 180 sprocket stall. Nice execution of her tricks, and like I said, carrying a lot of speed throughout this mini ramp course. So it's the 7th year running of the Munich MASH. You happy to be back, Troy?
Very happy to be back, Ryan. You have no idea. There, a bit of an improvement for her on the second run. 67 points, so that foot down definitely cost her in the first run that you mentioned. And yeah, just going back to your question, for sure happy to be back, and of course to see all the athletes and all the viewers and spectators out there enjoying some fresh air, some sunshine, and some great action as Queen Soleil Villegas gets ready to drop in here.
Yeah, so the Villegas sisters really showing that they have dominance out here, the Colombian riders, doing a bit of their European tour, but both of them having such incredible amplitude. Queen Soleil really showcasing that with that invert right out of the gate on that bigger section of the mini ramp. It's about into the 8 foot, showing that she has a lot of diversity and able to ride all sections of the course, and she's carrying so much speed. But we would really like to see her get a bit bigger tricks out so that she can hold strong with her sister Lizuri. Wow, huge amplitude though. I think the highest that we've seen from the women over top of the spine, and that's gonna do it for Queen Soleil.
Yeah, the South American riders in general have had a lot of very good riders that they've been able to look at over the years, including Daniel Dares, who's gonna be riding here for the men this weekend. He's still going after all these years and still one of the best riders out there. So for sure, he's been an influence on how these 2 young ladies from Colombia ride.
Absolutely. Well, looking at some highlights, you can see it's difficult to switch up maybe your line selection, but she did improve drastically. A 73.33. It puts her into second place. It's nice to see a third chance, actually. You don't see many contests where the riders are able to have 3 runs, but I believe because it's such a small course,
Yeah, they're going to give him time. They're going to give him time. Teresa Fernandez Miranda getting ready to drop in for her second run. She's currently sitting in 4th place, so here's where she needs to step up the pace a bit.
Big 1-foot can right there. The execution of that is the best that I've seen.
Oh yeah, bit of a hook up there.
Huge inward though, and a bit of an alley-oop on that one, jumping a little over the channel gap onto the splash wall. Putting a foot down on the 180 stall. Teresa coming down to the last seconds, tire grab over the spine, big amplitude on that alley-oop, seat
nice
grab
toboggan.
over the other way and coming back into the 8-foot toboggan and flown around. That's going to do it for the second round. Teresa Fernandez Miranda.
She finishes off with 2 seconds to spare, so a good run, well timed, nicely executed. A couple of small bobbles in there, putting the foot down on the stall. But other than that, this was a really nice start right there with this downside can-can, and then the toboggan on the other quarter.
Has a big history of executing some top performances in contests. Of course, she's been known for her 1st and 2nd place at the Vans BMX Pro Cup, Australia and Germany. She's been doing really good on that series. She's also, of course, riding for Vans Europe, so nice to see her out here doing some the Munich MASH. 67.66, 0.33, not a huge improvement. I'm sure the foot bobble on that 180 is costing her some big points there. If she's able to clean that up for the 3rd run, I think she has a chance to improve her score and positioning moving into the final scores. Then we'll be moving forward to the second and our 1st ranked Vega sister. Missouri ready to drop in here. Her 1st run, donating from 82 into the pool, and she is the rider to beat today. See if she can improve on that, actually. 2 more runs. I'm quite interested to see how she comes out, but she started things strong in her 1st run. 45 seconds on the clock for Lazuli.
Nice.
Dump 360, a little low in the rotation, not being able to get the 2nd air. Recalibrating into the bar spin. Yeah,
that's
bar
what
spin
you wanted the first time
tail
around,
whip.
huh?
That's what she missed on the 1st one. I think she was looking for another bar spin on that gate, but throwing it into the wall and over the channel there. Nice composure, and you can see she is switching up. Some of the tricks have been changed. Huge tail whip over the spine. Lazuli definitely throwing the largest tricks, the highest difficulty, and the top scored for the women out there today. Nice control of that manual or tire tap on top of the quarter pipe there. Lazuli Vegas from Colombia, riding for Red Bull. Currently sitting in 1st place, and I think maybe she's going to be improving on that 82 score. Let's take a look. Dumped that 360, but ended up coming a little rear heavy and riding no brakes. It's quite difficult to get the front wheel down on this small mini ramp, so she wasn't able to get that 2nd air out. I think she was going for a tail pair there, but got a tail whip here, and then flying right into the bar spin, able to oh, pardon me, it was a bar spin into the tail whip. 1st run, she did the tail whip into the bar spin. So you see, switching things up there, and then the tail whip over the spine.
That was nice.
Tons of time to even throw off something secondary there. Let's see if she improves.
Ooh,
no,
79.33.
not an improvement. A cleaner 1st run, the judges are saying. Let's see what happens for the 3rd run. But she's still ranked in 1st place. Let's see if she's able to hold it off. Then none other than Germany's Lara Lessman, riding for Red Bull, Vans Europe, Total BMX, and TSG. She qualified 1st yesterday. She's currently needing to improve some of her scores. Let's see if she can clean up her run 1 here, starting with a turn down into an X-up, 1-foot can, getting a trick off every air. Look back right there. That is what you want to see. Every time you're in the air, you want to have a trick. And Lara seems to definitely be showing that she is able to keep up with the best of them here. She's riding every little inch of this park. Going up for, yeah, the 1 foot can drop in right there. Lara showcasing some diversity and getting the tire tap, the alley-oop tire tap right there.
No foot down on that one either. Wow, that was timing exactly on point.
And I'm going to say that's a big improvement for Lara Lessman on her second run.
She had a 69.33 was the score on her first run.
So this is actually
Lizurli.
Yeah, Lizurli. Seen a couple highlights there. There you saw another shot of that bar spin to tail whip. Lara Lessman, we were waiting for the replays on that, but a big improvement. 75.66 pushes Lara into second place.
All right, we're going to take a look at the overall standings after 2 runs shortly here, but it's been a good, entertaining set of runs so far, and there's one more to go. So
Lizurli Vegas, 82, that's the score to beat. Lara Lessman, though, puts herself past Queen Saray into second place. Queen sitting in third, fourth, Teresa Fernandez-Mirandez, and then Kim Lee Müller sitting in fifth place with the 67 even. One more run for each of these riders. Let's see how they're going to decide to come back and tackle these scores. Of course, everyone is able to see their scores live on screen. It's hot out here in the blistering Munich sun. Let's take a little look at some of the highlights coming out of run number 2 for the women's final Pro BMX at the Munich MASH 2022.
It's Queen Saray's run right now, sitting in third place at the moment. And it's Lara Lessman with a 75.66, improving for her second run, sitting in second place. And of course, we know that Lizurli Villegas is the top rider with her first run score of 82.00.
So Lizurli, check out some of the height and the tricks. Really dominating in the trick category, and you can see the judges are loving that, rewarding her tons with the difficulty that she's been doing for tricks. Of course, that is some of the highest points as we watch BMX and any action sports contest. The trick progression is something that the judges really like to see time and time again, year after year, but they've really been working on stuff over the Corona season.
What I'm noticing here is none of the riders are really running pegs anymore for grinds. Is that not a thing anymore? Or?
Yeah, it seems that everyone's kind of moved away from that. Trends are part of the industry as well. You can see so many riders riding either tight jeans or a certain fashion sense. It's the same thing that goes into the BMXs. And yeah, it just seems like mainly they're going more for pedal tricks, and there's not too much grind stuff happening here. It'll be interesting, of course. Still, some of the men are going to be riding pegs and doing some lip tricks. But yeah, it's maybe just a trend following.
Yeah.
And nice to see how the riders are tackling courses. In
Kim Leah right now, I think Kim Leah is getting a bit tired here, struggling through this third run. She had quite a long stretch there where she was just going air to air, wasn't really pulling off as many tricks on each side. And, you know, she's definitely a more solid rider than that. So this one seemed to be a struggle for her, this third run in the heat, maybe.
Kim Lee Müller right there finishing her third run. Yeah, and like you were saying, she was sitting in fifth, and she's been sitting in fifth the whole entire contest, but still able to get some of the nice tricks out there. I think she really dominated, showing that she's able to ride both ways and has a lot of ability doing alley-oops and showing that she can ride ramps like this.
And to be honest with you, the guys at IOU Ramps have done a fantastic job, because making a ramp that is both rideable by BMX and skateboard is quite a challenge. She actually had an improvement there, so she runs up to 68.33 on her third run, so the judges like that run.
Moving into Queen Saray Vegas, one half of the twins out here. She's sitting with a 73.33. That's third place. Let's see if she can improve.
A little bit of a problem over that spine, coming a little bit tail heavy.
Both her and her sister are riding brakeless, so if you end up going tail heavy on such a short radius ramp like this, it's very difficult to hold your front wheel down and not loop out. She's going to wave it away and keep up with her 73. Let's see if that's going to be good enough to hold for third place, or if one of the other following riders can bump her out. Teresa Fernandez-Miranda, who will be going second, who will be going next actually. She's sitting in fourth place, so has the opportunity also to bump out Queen Saray.
Interesting why she would wave it off. Maybe she just wasn't feeling the flow in this one. I mean, she did have that one of the very early tricks where she was tail heavy coming over the spine. That could have maybe, you know, given her a bit of a bug in the bonnet to think maybe she shouldn't be riding.
Yeah, it's quite interesting actually looking at contests over the years. A rider maybe had a crash and could keep going, but as it goes, entering into 2022, if you have any type of a bobble in your run, you know that it's basically wiped away and you have to wait for the next one to go for a better score. But moving forward, Teresa Fernandez-Miranda, she's dropping in. As I said, she was sitting in fourth position. Let's see if she's able to improve her score and possibly bump out one of the other riders.
Well, she's pumping it up right now.
Hander. She's definitely bumping it up, setting a big trip difficulty. 1 foot can topside right there. She knows that she is able to dominate out here, and she seems to have some more tricks up her sleeve. Tire grab over the spine. 18 seconds left, showing some big amplitude. Toboggan over the spine there. Alley-oop tabletop. 12 seconds left with 1 foot can. Teresa, let's see what you have in the last final seconds. Going to have 2 more jumps out here. Going over the spine, looking for a tuck-no-hander, but some big amplitude and a solid run for the Spaniard, Teresa Fernandez-Miranda, coming off of her 25th birthday celebration yesterday. So big happy birthday out there to Teresa.
25, 27, 28. Let's pick an age here and run with it.
Well, I
got 3 different documents with 3 different ages on there.
I'm running with the 25 because I saw it on her Instagram. But it could have also been a joke to say, hey, you're a little younger.
I'm with you on that one.
Than you seem, but wow, take a look at that 1 foot can. Also had the huge tuck-no-hander over the spine there. I'm sure the judges are going to be scoring her with a much better score than she had received.
71.33.
71.33, but it's not good enough to bump out Queen Saray out of third place. So Teresa is going to have to hold with her fourth place position, increasing her score, but now it's down to 2. Lizzie Vegas, who's currently sitting in first position, versus the German Lara Lessman sitting in second. She knows that Lara Lessman is able to see if she is able to improve her score in this run. Oh, going for a bar spin tire tap. Basically what I'm saying is Lara is able to sit back and watch, because she was a first place qualifier coming out of yesterday. She's able to see if Lizzie is going to be able to improve her score, or if she's going to be able to come back.
Oh!
Yeah!
Nice.
The first rider that we've seen touching that large sub box with the foot. Yeah, and a topside tail whip into the dish there. Wow, really showcasing. Yeah, 360.
Beautiful 360.
Short way on the spine. And that's going to do it for Vegas.
Lizzie Vegas with an absolutely banger third run. She seemed like she was saving a lot for that one.
Wow, definitely. I didn't think that she was going to be able to improve on her lead, but I do think after seeing some of those tricks, an improvement is in the books. Going to have to, of course, leave it to our 3 judges, but look at tricks like this, that bar spin to tire tap to bar spin in, really holding it strong.
And her sister's foot coming out there to kick the tire.
360 the long way over, and also getting that tail whip into the dish. I think we're going to have a replay of it right here. Topside whip into that mash dish right there. So I do think she's able to even to maybe get a more gain on that first run score. Let's see as it comes in. No,
75.33. She's going to drop down and score, but she'll hold on to that 82 from her first run.
But showcasing that she has those tricks in her bag, and that she really does deserve to be up there in that first position. But teammates, rivals, but from separate countries, nationalism takes over. Lara Lessman from Germany ride for Red Bull. Let's see what she can do. She's currently sitting in second position with a 75. She has to really improve to get up past that 82. But some big amplitude with that turn down into X up, ET air, look back, love that trick into the dish. Tire tap, showcasing that she's able to do a trick on every air. That's something that we really like to see out here. She was our first place qualifier. She's going to be the last rider to drop. Alley-oop tire tap right there. Pushing back over. Let's see if she is able to gain some momentum again. She's trying to get some speed up into this sub. Oh, and going down, Lara Lessman. Unfortunate, you saw she was just running out of course.
And I think she was running out of breath as well. I mean, these women have been working hard today in the heat, and it's been non-stop action for them all day long. She seemed a little bit bumped up there on the landing. Hopefully she's okay, and she's going to go and try and get some shade and breathe it out a little bit.
Yeah, tough out here in the conditions. It's very hot sun out here in Munich. When the sun shines, it really shines. When the rain comes, it really pours. Lara Lessman, a couple highlights right here. That was her look back onto the Munich MASH wall. Alley-oop, 180 bar spin, and then coming up here, she was trying to get some speed again to get up into that sub box to do that 1 foot drop in, which you see right here, and just couldn't quite get the amplitude and looped out, push off,
and that jammed her knee up and really twisted her right leg there. Hopefully no damage, but and her elbow as well. So that looked like it was a bit painful, but these women are tough as nails. You can't be a wallflower riding a BMX, that's for sure. Let's see what the judges have to say about Laura's score.
As we're waiting, all the athletes are coming off course. We are sharing this with the skaters as well, but we will be coming back at 5:30 Central Eastern Time for the best trick for men and women. That's going to be the top qualifiers, so the qualifiers from the women's as well as the men's BMX contest. Having a couple highlight looks. There was that bar spin to tire tap to bar spin from Lazurdi, who is going to be actually your undisputed first place out here for the Pro Women's BMX Park Final. We're going to have to wait and see the results, though, to have them come through confirmed. But Lazurdi right there on course, having a couple highlights of her second run right there. Really showcasing a lot of trick, difficulty, and improvement for the women throughout the Corona season when we have had a break from contests. So incredible to see everyone come out here so strong and eager to compete again on the world circuit.
Yeah, it's also great to have, like we said off the top of the show, to have our audience available here to come out and able to sit down and just relax and visit with each other again. Hugs and handshakes are in the mark. Lazurdi Villegas with the top spot, 82 points. Lara Lessman with 75.66 in second place. And Queen Saray Villegas in third place with a 73.33. But you can see all the scores are very close together for the women. So you can see that they're absolutely on point with each other and staying in the mix.
Yeah, and Teresa Fernandez-Mirandez, of course, finishing in fourth there, and Kim Lee Mueller rounding up the top five. So huge congratulations to all the women out here making the final, our top five riders from our globally packed heat of athletes pushing out here for the Munich MASH 2022.
Yeah, and you can see beautiful views in the background there. Tons of people hanging out here at the Olympiapark, host of the 1972 Olympics, then of course the 2022 Munich MASH and beyond. Lots of action still to happen over this weekend. We still have skateboarding to come your way and some more BMX with our men later on in the day, so Ryan will be joining me again then. But before that all happens, we are going to be awarding our women their medals.
All right, so you see our top three out there. Red Bull dominance. Lazurdi finishing first place. Lazurdi also having her sister on the podium. I think that's so cool to be able to share such a top elite contest, the podium with your sister.
And yes, you are seeing double.
all the way from Colombia. Yes. And our last minute. Let's lead out, see them get their medals, and then we'd love to take a replay look at the winning run from Vegas.
So, folks, we hope you guys enjoyed the show today. As the women receive their medals, we'll give you a little quick heads up that at 3:45 Central European Time, the skate elimination men will be coming your way. In the meantime, I want to say big thanks to Ryan Meyer for joining me here in the box today to keep the action live and in charge for our women's BMX elimination and final here. We hope you guys had a good time. Until later on, take care. Thanks again, Ryan.